Well, good morning, KW. This is Mike and Karen coming at you on how to get paid 101. So our agents from Jeff City, Camdenton, and the Lake area, we're here to every month on the last Wednesday of the month to really talk to you about trends we're seeing when it comes to getting paid. You know, our goal is to get you paid as quickly as possible. I do it all the time. This is the Velvet Hammer. She's with compliance. Everybody knows Karen. But, you know, what we want to talk about is trends we're seeing and things that help you get paid in a timely manner. So I'm going to share my screen, and I have a few documents that I want to show you. Give me 1 second. Did you pull up the other document or just that one?
They're both in the same program, so it's probably
it's on tab. Okay, sorry about that. A little difficulty there. I lost a document, but it's not lost. I just didn't see it. So let me get back to it. I'm going to share Adobe here, Acrobat, so we can show you a couple of things in here. And it's got two tabs here. So what Karen and I do every month, throughout the month, we come up with things we're seeing, and what we are seeing is common. So if this looks similar to last month, we had the top 12 issues, well, we got 15, and guess what? Majority of those are the same issues we seen last month. So let me just talk about a couple of things from my perspective, and then I'm going to turn it over to Karen and talk about the compliance and what she is seeing. First of all, timely submissions of your commission request and command. What I mean by that is there's two thoughts here. You wait until the week of and you submit it, and you know that commission request is accurate. Or the other one is submit the commission request soon after you have the listing and get it out there. Both are good ways to do it. But let me just tell you what I use this for. One of the things that I'm charged with as the MCA is also to talk about and predict closings for the month, and and what that means as far as revenue or company dollars for the market center itself. So I need you to submit your commission request early so I can then get an accurate projection of what's going to close that month and what it means in the profitability of the market center as well. So that leads us to issues involving like in number 2, there's a price change. So say you got your contract and you submitted your commission request. However, during the course of the time between when you took it and when it closes, there's been an amendment to the price. Well, you cannot go back out there to your commission and change it. You have to send a commission revision request to me. Or you can actually terminate that original commission and then redo it to make the most accurate reflection of your commission for that particular property. But you're going to use a commission revision request form probably more than anything. So that gets us into the first 3 topics there. A lot of times everything is going good until you get to the actual closing, and all of a sudden there's a concessions made at closing. So now you for sure have to do a commission revision form. And let me show you that real quick. I went ahead and when you call me or Karen and you ask what you need to do, guess what? This is the form we're talking about. And I just kind of made it up here. So you need to make sure we have the agent's name on there, the DA if known. For example, you can find that in the opportunity tab of your property. It will actually give you the opportunity number, and if a DA has been assigned, it have 791 star and then a 4-digit number, and that is the DA number we're talking about. So in this case, 7832 is going to give me a reference point to go immediately look at your particular property. we need to have the property address, in this case, 101 Indy Street, the closing date, and the price sold. So maybe you originally sold it for 200,000, you get it at the closing, and now there's concessions, and your commission's not going to be 6,000 anymore, but maybe it's going to be 5,000. So this is where you use that form and recalculate what the commission is, and by the number of agents, any outside referrals, etc. So we have, you see in this example, there's 2 agents, there's me and Jane Doe. We're going to be the 2 agents that's going to get part of this commission. Well, you just simply do the math. If it's a 50-50 split, then I'm going to get 3,000 of this $200,000 commission. Excuse me, $6,000 commission. I'm going to get half, and Jane Doe's going to get the other half. But maybe there's even an outside referral that you have to take into account. So I need all that information and that math done. I know no one likes math, but it's really simple. And of course, Karen and I can help you with that if there's a question. But we're asking you to fill this out because I will not change your DA or your original commission request just because I have a check now that says 5,000 versus 6,000, what we were expecting. I need this form in order to justify the change in our system, as well as give us another record documenting why the original commission was changed. So that is the form in itself. And Karen has great news about where to find this form. First of all, you can ask either one of us to send you this form. We do have that readily available. Karen has hard copies in her office. I can send it to you electronically if you ask me. But Karen did something really great. Go ahead, Karen. I'll let you get that out.
So when you go into your opportunities now into the listings or under contract, most of those documents, when you look at the list of documents in there, if they are underlined, you can open that and actually print them out on the printer. And the commission revision form is among those in both the under contract and in the closed folder. So they're there.
They're there
readily
now.
Available.
Yeah, they're right there at your fingertips. If you need it, you can print it. Handwrite this. If you want to put it on the computer and do it that way, that's fine. I just need this document in order to change the commission request to make sure you get the money that was agreed upon at closing, etc., and any changes. So again, great news. It's out there, but we do have this available, and that is the reason we want to share this. Is so important. We know things change. I had, for example, I had a commission check come in with 58 cents more than we expected. I really need a commission revision form. We went ahead and called the closing company, and it was accurate. But I'm not going to make that call without your approval and your written notice of what you need done with that particular closing. So it's extremely important. It does happen. So just understand that it's okay to send this in. We want to make sure you get paid in what is in an accurate way for both the market center as well as you, the individual agent. Some of the other trends, and back onto our top 15 issues on the market center, properly named opportunities. We mentioned this last month. We're going to keep mentioning this. It's going to be our mantra to make sure that you're understanding how to properly name those. If you look under compliance, the number one thing Karen's going to talk about is properly named opportunities. I spent 13 years as a police detective, and sometimes it eludes me when the commission request I have says 123 Apple Cart Drive, but the commission says lot 56 of some subdivision. And there's no way coordinating those two if we don't know if the proper name or a way to get those two connected. We might be contacting you if we can't figure it out. Karen's really good at this, but just make our life and your life easier by using the proper naming conventions that we ask you in command. Again, number 5, we talked a little bit about this already, but submit your commission request prior to closing. Again, that just allows me to predict and project for the month as far as company revenue, bill, because we still have to pay bills here at the market center. And it allows us to make sure that if you're closing, we can make sure we have all the documents there too. Gives Karen an opportunity to look ahead and say, wait a minute, you haven't got a certain document we'll need. So you want to get that in, all those documents in prior to closing, and get your commission request in that's prior to closing as well. I mentioned this last month, and I'm going to, again, this is going to be a constant mantra of ours. If possible, try not to schedule your closings at the last day of the month. A good rule of thumb is 3 days should be 3 days prior to the end of the month should be your last day that you close on. Why do I say 3 days? That gives me an opportunity and you an opportunity to get all your documents into command, get us a commission check, and for me to cut it for you without running into the first of the month and our transmittal process. As many of you know, that on the first of the month, there's about a 3 to 5 day window blackout that I'm not going to write any type of commission check. So, and that's because I have to close out the previous month. I have to get it all organized, and I have to transmit it to KWRI International. So please, if you have any influence on this, have them move it up. Stay away if you can from the last day of the month. It's just going to help me help you get paid quicker. So that's really all I have at this point. I'm going to turn it over to Karen to talk about some of the issues that she's seeing with compliance.
Okay, so we're going to start out again with the properly name your opportunity. And that's really important when it comes to condominiums and putting that unit number, because we may have in the system 3, 4, 5 at the same actual address. And if we have to search through all those to match them up, that takes a lot of time. He was a trained detective. I'm not, but it takes us a lot of time to find all those things to put them all together. So if you can just remember the complete address, including the unit number, the condo number, like number 304, 2D, whatever, that just helps us be able to hook things together. Another thing is we have the buyer's agency agreements and the listing contracts now. And since we're doing designated agency, there are spots on those things where your name will go on one line and Connie needs to sign. And that means you need to send it to her to get her signature on those lines. There's a lot of those people get close to closing and I'm sending them back and they have to quick scramble and get those to Connie. So please remember to have her sign. Back to the designated agent thing. Also, there's that little mark that you have to X that you're a designated agent. So remember to check those, because I send a lot of documents back that y'all forget that we're now designated. I realized that for many, many years, most of us were not. So this is new, but remember to have those marked. Another thing I see a lot of, and this is an easy one not to know because we are doing more of these than we used to, and that's the authorization to show, like with FSBOs. Remember, when you fill that out, you are not representing the sellers. Those contracts, when you get contracts, you have to represent the buyer on both sides. If the sellers want representation, they need to list that property. Otherwise, you are not representing the sellers. Okay, so another thing in command, we have everything marked down where all the different paperwork goes, and you really need to try to separate that and put that into the correct location for that document. Otherwise, I will send them back and say, either this is the wrong document or please separate these. So please separate those. Remember to get signatures and dates, because I have a lot of documents that I send back that are not signed, so they need signed and dated. A new thing that we just all saw, Connie sent out the email on, is on line 58 of the listing, we are marking no where it says the love letters. So remember, that's a no for us. Another thing, please don't wait until, if you have a closing today, don't wait till today to turn it in. Those really need to be submitted to me 72 hours after they become effective. So if you get those to me today and you're closing today, it might be hard for you to get certain documents signed because you've already closed and you have no contact with these people, or they're just going to say, ah, we're closed, I'm not going to sign them. So please remember, timely submissions of all your paperwork.
All right, so there's our top 15. I'm going to add a number one, another one. So it's actually 16. You also received an email just recently, I think Connie sent it out, about access to your MLS and who should have access to your login. And you are the only one that should have access to your login. If you do have admins, there's a process to get them their own login. So please look back at that email from Connie, and if it pertains to you, please come into compliance, especially here at the lake. They actually will monitor the logins, and if they see a drastic geographical distance where someone is logging in, they're going to question it. So let's do the right thing and make sure we're in compliant with the board. And if this pertains to you, please get your admins their own login to the MLS.
And they are very, very capable of tracking, because we have quite a few virtual admins who are in the Philippines, and they know they're in the Philippines.
Yeah, so that's what I say, that large geographical difference is going to flag something, and they're going to let you know, or let Connie know. So please, let's get in compliance. So I hope this is helpful.
Have any questions?
Yeah. Well, that's right. It's let me check our. I'm gonna stop my share my screen here. See if we have any questions in chat. Doesn't look like we do. So again, if you're watching this on our Facebook feed, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give Connie or Karen or me a call. And we want to help you be compliant with all the regulations involving real estate in general, but the two of us want to make sure that you get paid properly too. So that's why we call this Getting Paid 101. Our goal is to get your money to you as quick as possible, but we can't make you do things. You have to do certain things for us to do that. So again, this is our monthly, this is April 2021, our monthly things that we're seeing and trends to help you be successful by avoiding the things we talked about or doing the things we're talking about. So if you have any questions, give us a call.
And we may have an exciting new something coming, so you're going to have to listen.
Yeah,
we're working on getting you paid faster and better. So
yeah,
stay
more
tuned.
to come on that. Yeah, absolutely. There's a little trailer or tingler there to let you know something better is probably coming up to get you paid even quicker. So anyway, we're working on that. More to come. Thanks again. You guys have a wonderful day, and God bless. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
How was it?